Tonight, on 6 Minutes, we have highly acclaimed Jessie Mifsud, who's going to teach us about the new phenomenon sweeping the world, inquired learning. Thanks for joining us tonight, Jessie.
Lovely to be here.
Please.
Thank you.
So, Jessie, this inquired learning you've been telling me about, why has it taken off? Has the way we've been teaching our children for the last 100 years not been good enough anymore?
That's exactly right. Children are more complex now. They are tech savvy and have short attention spans.
Now wait there. Just wait a minute. What is inquiry learning?
Well, let me break it down for you.
Let me just type in inquiry into my Mac. Inquiry, an act of asking for information. And I'll do the same with learning. Learning is the acquisition of knowledge or skills. Put those definitions together and you get inquiry learning is an approach that allows a teacher to create authentic and meaningful learning for the learner, which allows for the acquisition, development, and consolidation of new knowledge and skills.
So how would you explain this to the average Joe out there?
Inquiry learning is student-centered learning around open-ended questioning, creating hypotheses, and then investigating this question to construct new knowledge and to apply this newly acquired knowledge in our own lives.
Inquiry learning can be understood as a 5-step method. Step 1, questioning. What is the topic? What do the students know? What do the students want to know? It is when students ask their own questions that they become empowered learners. Step 2, planning and predicting. Students formulate their open-ended question for the topic. Step 3, investigating. Students become immersed in their research for their inquiries. Step 4, recording and reporting. Students show us what they have learned in their investigation. They can do this in numerous ways, which we will talk about later. Step 5, reflecting. Students look at what they have learnt and how they can use this newly acquired knowledge in their own lives.
So Jessie, you say you've been researching for the last 10 years, but what sort of research have you got? What have you received? What have you got to back up these crazy claims that are just revolutionising teaching as we know it?
Highly acclaimed theorists have all had their influence on inquiry learning.
Let's start with Piaget, Vygotsky, Dewey, and Brunner. What good-looking men they were. Summary of their views. Piaget. Knowledge is experience that is acquired through interaction with the world, people, and things. Vygotsky. Learning is a continual movement from the current intellectual level to a higher level, which more closely approximates the learner's potential. Teachers can help this through the zone of proximal development. Dewey. Students thrive when engaged in meaningful activities that induce them to apply the concepts they are trying to learn. And Brunner. Learning is an active process in which learners construct new ideas or concepts based upon their current and past knowledge. More recently, Guy Claxton, a cognitive scientist who believes that we can build learning power, has come up with smart and practical ways to do so.
Touché.
It has been known for a long time that constructivism, student-centered learning, is an effective way to teach students in the classroom.
Constructivism is based on students incorporating new knowledge into their existing mental structures in ways that would be meaningful to them. And in a constructivist classroom, the teacher moves into the role of facilitator. It is here that you can see the common similarities between constructivism and inquiry learning.
So you've shown us how inquiry learning is related and linked to constructivism, but how does it relate to the curriculum? Let's say in particular HSIE.
HSIE syllabus extensively promotes inquiry learning, and this can be found in its rationale of the K-6 syllabus.
As you can see here, the HSIE syllabus provides opportunities for students to ask challenging questions and to be curious. Here is also a specific link to inquiry learning. Through developing inquiry learning skills, students can make responsible decisions that will affect them now and in the future. As a result, students should develop a sense of personal, community, national, and global identity, and the knowledge, skills, values, and attitudes that will equip them to participate as responsible citizens in maintaining and improving the quality of their society and environment.
So what would this inquiry learning look like in the classroom?
As you can see, there are many teaching strategies that teachers can use in the classroom when implementing inquiry learning. As you can see, role play is one of them. While incorporating these teaching strategies in the classroom, here are the characteristics that effective teachers also possess. Alright, so I know we're pushed for time, but I just wanted to share with you the main advantages of inquiry learning. The main ones being that it encourages learners to be reflective about a topic and examine it from different perspectives, which allows learners to develop specific metacognitive skills, and that the teacher and learners work side by side, as the role of the teacher becomes one of a facilitator or a guide. Thank you. It is important to remember the old age saying, "Tell me and I forget. Show me and I remember. Involve me and I understand." Well, this is true for the children of today, as well as another saying, "People remember 10% of what we read, 20% of what we hear, 20% of what we see, and 90% of what we say and do." Classrooms are full of students who learn by doing or experiencing, and this is why I believe inquiry-based learning really is the most effective teaching method.